Young and the Restless sees Audra Charles with no funding for her company Vibrante. It's not like the Newmans or the Abbotts are going to help her out. But there is a new mogul in town, Kane Ashby, that she's already spoken to, so I'm wondering if Audra is going to hit Kane up for some funding. Young and the Restless, Audra Charles faces financial crisis and new alliances. We're going to talk about how Audra may soon be pitching Kane to make a deal. She needs help to get her life back on track. It's all about to blow up very soon. It is just going to fall apart for her in so many ways. Claire Grace Newman and Audra. Explosive confrontation over Kyle Abbott and Victor Newman. Right now, we've got Claire Grace Newman ready to go nuclear and blow up Audra's life. She is furious about Audra trying to split up her and Kyle Abbott for a payday from Victor Newman. Meanwhile, Audra is still looking for a way to break up Kyle and Claire. I kind of think Audra's hoping to make it happen, then run back to Victor with her hand out for investment capital so she can finally start Vibrante. She might say, "Oh, I know you said it was over, but look, here's what I did." What's crazy is Audra seems to think she can do all this and also keep Nate Hastings. That seems like a fool's game to me. Why in our drama, Claire Grace Newman exposes Audra Charles to Nate Hastings. Audra has pushed Claire over the edge. Now, Claire is determined to tell Nate everything that Audra has been up to. Claire's going to spill it all, how Audra made a deal with Victor to split up Claire and Kyle in exchange for money. I don't think Nate is going to doubt what Claire says. He's been suspicious of Audra's involvement with Victor from the very start. So I bet it will all make perfect sense to Nate when Claire fills him in on everything. Things are going to go badly for Audra from there. Audra already knows that Claire plans to blab to Nate. While she was talking to herself, Audra declared war on Claire. However, I suspect Audra's going to lose the battle and the war. Claire put her own grandma on a vodka IV. Imagine what she might do to Audra for messing with Kyle. Nate, Victor, and Victoria Newman, Audra's schemes unravel in Genoa City. I don't think Audra knows who she's messing with when she tries to mess up Claire's life. Audra and Nate definitely seem doomed to fail because of her lies. Of course, Audra's going to try to blame everything on Kyle, but after Nate hears everything Claire and Kyle have to say, I just don't see Nate believing anything Audra says. Since Victoria Newman just tore into Victor and told him to stop playing these games or he's going to lose Claire, he may confirm to Nate that Audra came to him begging for money. Victor may also admit that Audra jumped at the chance to seduce Kyle away from Claire. In the end, Victor cannot stand Audra, so he would rat her out in a heartbeat. I'm confident that, bottom line, Audra is going to lose absolutely everything: Nate, Vibrante, and any respect anyone in Genoa City had for her. Except Sally Spectra. Young and the Restless, Sally Spectra stands alone, Audra versus the Genoa City elite. I do suspect that Sally will stand by her friend Audra, but other than Sally, everybody hates Audra, the Winters, the Abbotts, and the Newmans. Audra is a scrapper. I don't think she's going to give up on her dream of Vibrante. That's where I think Kane might come into this. Once Audra loses Nate, which we expect is going to happen, it would kind of be funny to see Audra try and suck up to Kane both personally and professionally. That's kind of what Phyllis Summers has been doing. She's got in her mind that Kane is her ticket to corporate superstardom and getting revenge on all her enemies. I also think Phyllis has an eye on Kane as her potential romantic interest. Kane Ashby, Phyllis Summers, and Audra Charles, complicated connections on Y&R. We all know Audra has a history of chasing rich men. That's pretty much all she pursues. She was with Tucker Muckle, Nate's got lots of family money and he was a surgeon. She was also with Kyle, whose legacy is family money. The only guy she's been with that wasn't super rich was Holden Novak. Audra didn't stick around for too long with him, plus Audra already approached Kane in France. That was about the perfume war with Kyle, and Kane did seem interested. Of course, if she comes at him after all this, it would be Audra solo and without Kyle. Can Audra win over Kane Ashby for Vibrante's future? If she's pitching herself to Kane, I'm sure Audra could impress him with her business skills and some other skills that Victor was using her for. If Audra started trying to cozy up to Kane, it would drive Phyllis absolutely crazy because she's been flirting with Kane since day one. Audra is hot. She's a few years younger than Phyllis. She's also somebody that Phyllis hates.
Since Audra was the one that Kyle ran to literally 5 minutes after breaking up with Phyllis's daughter Summer, Newman, we know Phyllis has despised Audra for quite some time now on Young and the Restless. Kyle Abbott, Phyllis Summers, and the turbulent women of Genoa City. I don't think Billy Abbott would ever think Audra is too dodgy because he doesn't have a single consistent bone in his body. NBDN, Billy Abbott, Audra Charles, and the new Power players. In a brand new interview with Soap Digest, actor Jason Thompson said Billy is going to quickly realize he cannot trust Kane or anybody working with Kane. Right now, that includes Phyllis, includes Holden, and might also include Audra. If Audra approaches Kane and he takes the deal, they're both town pariahs. Audra is gorgeous, with a banging body. Lily Winters shows up to talk to Kane this week and makes it very clear we are never reuniting. It's crystal clear. I think he's starting to get the picture. He's promised her he won't pursue her. Lily Winters puts Kane Ashby in his place on Y&R. So I could see him investing with Audra or putting her to work for him, maybe dating her to rub it in Lily's face that he's with Nate's hot ex. Once Kane finds out Victor did Audra dirty, that might actually convince Kane even more to work with Audra. Kane may figure out quickly that Audra's the kind of woman who can be as ruthless as he is. She also has the same enemies he does. I kind of see a potential for Kane and Audra to be a match made in hell who could terrorize the whole town. Young and the Restless, will Audra Charles and Kane Ashby team up against Genoa City? It's not too long before Audra's dirty deals blow up in her face and Nate ditches her. Vibrante is already dead in the water. The only job prospect she has right now is with Sally, but Billy might tell his gal pals she can't hire Audra because she's too dodgy. I will say, if Kane partners up with Audra, she is a lot more stable than Phyllis, who's just a whirlwind of insanity. But I would also hate to see Audra join the screech fest that we're already subjected to whenever Phyllis and Billy are in the same room. Hopefully Kane's got a big bottle of Advil on his fancy choo-choo train because his life is turning into a 3-ring circus. He's surrounded by intolerant people who like to tear each other apart. Audra might be the next clown who signs up for his circus, but I do like her. I think she's going to be scrappy and land on her feet.